from earlier today for your showmanship. Showmanship winners today. Our champion beginner showman was Graham Clark. The reserve beginner showman was Clay Pennington. Champion junior showman was Brookley Oliver. Reserve junior showman was Frederick Mann. Champion intermediate showman was Katie Fry. Reserve intermediate was Kennedy Clark. Reserve senior showman was Ethan Ham. And our champion senior showman, who will be representing the Beef Barn on Thursday night in the round robin at 7 o'clock, was Katie Fry. So give those kids a round of applause. If you've got those heifers, go ahead and start bringing those heifers for the parade. Reserves first to the arena. Go ahead and start heading this way with those heifers. A couple of other donors that we want to recognize that we did not get a chance to recognize earlier today. Baird Sawmill donated their delivery from Rockville to here on 4 loads of mulch. So we paid for the mulch, but they donated that delivery, so give them a round of applause. And then we're going to recognize our rate of gain winners here in just a moment, but one of the groups that I want to thank, every winter, what we do is we bring those steers in here and we tag them and we weigh them in. And we have our own scales, but we don't have a working chute. And we couldn't make that day happen without the help of West Central Veterinary Services. They donate the use of their chute for that day, which kind of gets us a start to this rate of gain program. So when you see those guys, appreciate them, but give them a round of applause for helping the kids out as well. So here's our rate of gain winners, and what I'll do is we're recognizing the top 10 calves in the barn with a daily average gain from when we tagged them in February till we weighed them in this last Saturday. We'll have those kids come out here and then we'll recognize our champion at the end. So in 10th place with a rate of gain of 2.51 was Jonathan Pointer. In 9th place with a gain of 2.6 pounds a day was Garrett Haven. In 8th place with a gain of 2.63 was Alex Steffi. In 7th place with a gain of 2.64 was Alex Steffi. In 6th place with a gain of 2.67 was Jonathan Pointer. In 5th place with a gain of 2.86 was Frederick Mann. 4th place with a gain of 2.88 was Branson Hanley Enzer. In 3rd place with a gain of 3.01 was Jonathan Pointer. So Jonathan Pointer, he's a 10-year member. He brought 3 calves this year, all 3 of them in the top 10 rate of gain. So appreciate the way he took care of his animals. 2nd place, and only beating Jonathan's calf by 1 pound over that span, a gain of 3.01 is Jaden Simpson. And our champion rate of gain this year with a gain of 3.9 pounds a day, Parker Hacker. what we will do is we will parade through our reserve champions and Putnam County champions and Putnam County reserves. We'll parade those through so you can see the kids and see the kids that did well today. And then once we parade them through, we'll bring in the champion heifers and we'll start that drive. So starting out with the Angus breed, exhibiting your Putnam County Reserve Angus heifer was Jackson Heyman. Your Reserve Angus heifer and Putnam County Champion Angus heifer was exhibited by Garrett Haven. Your Reserve and Putnam County Reserve Charolais heifer was exhibited by Jackson Heyman. Reserve and Putnam County Reserve Kiania heifer exhibited by Brock Haven. Your Putnam County Reserve Hereford heifer, Seth Thompson. Your Reserve Hereford heifer and Putnam County Champion Hereford heifer was exhibited by Grace Fry. Reserve and Putnam County Reserve Maine heifer was shown by Will Busher. Putnam County Reserve Maintainer heifer, Liliana Stanley. Reserve Maintainer heifer and Putnam County Champion Maintainer heifer was shown by Parker Hacker. Reserve Shorthorn heifer and Putnam County Champion Shorthorn heifer was shown by Mallory Miner. Reserve Shorthorn Plus heifer and Putnam County Shorthorn Plus heifer was shown by Parker Hacker. Your Putnam County Champion Simmental heifer was shown by Kennedy Clark. Your Reserve Simmental heifer was shown by Parker Hacker. Your Putnam County Champion Sim Solution heifer was shown by Kennedy Clark. Your Reserve Sim Solution heifer was shown by Brookley Oliver. Putnam County Reserve Crossbred heifer was shown by Isabella Glaze. And your Reserve Crossbred heifer was shown by Parker Hacker. This next group of heifers to come in, these are your breed champions that we'll be showing for Supreme Heifer. Your champion Angus heifer was exhibited by Garrett Haven. Your champion and Putnam County champion Charolais heifer was shown by Grace Fry. Your champion and Putnam County champion Kiania heifer was shown by Douglas Riggin. Champion Hereford heifer was shown by Jaden Simpson. Champion in Putnam County, champion Maine Anjou Heifer was shown by Boston Clark. Your champion Maintainer Heifer was shown by Ethan Ham. Champion in Putnam County, champion Red Angus Heifer, shown by Bentley Downing. Your champion Red Pole Heifer was shown by Ashley Miller. Champion Shorehorn Heifer was shown by Catherine Fry. Champion Shorehorn Plus Heifer was shown by Grace Fry. Your champion Simmental Heifer was shown by Grace Carr. Champion Sim Solution Heifer was shown by Ethan Ham. And your champion in Putnam County, champion Crossbred Heifer was shown by Ethan Ham. Our judge today is Mr. Zach Bartonslager. Zach comes to us from he had a commercial cow-calf operation in Lewisburg, West Virginia. Zach attended Hutchinson Community College, where he was on the livestock judging team there, and then later transferred to Ohio State University, where he was a member of their 2014 livestock judging team. Zach then completed his master's degree at the University of Tennessee, where he currently coaches the livestock judging team, while also instructing animal science classes there. Please welcome Zach to Putnam County.
I think an awfully good lineup of females out here for our grand drive this evening. And, you know, I'm going to save some of my comments about the show and everything like that towards the steers. But, you know, I do think it was a really, really nice show, top to bottom, throughout the breeds that we had earlier this morning. And, you know, I think it's pretty evident of that right now as we see the cattle come back out. You know, they're not all going to match the type and kind of each other, and I think that's somewhat of the challenge, especially when we get to some smaller numbers within specific breeds. But I guess for me, ultimately, you know, I try to find the cattle that I think are functional first and foremost, that they're going to go out, they're going to be cows after this, and then I think when we can, we put some of those extra things into them. We put some extra body and rib shape, we put some extra look and balance and aesthetic standpoint in them. And I think it really becomes very important then when we start to describe and think about a top 5 females out here to represent the Putnam County Fair, that they do those things. They're functional first, and then beyond that, they take some extras out and they make those and maybe just stick out above and beyond some other cattle out here. I think there is. I think there's some cattle out here that certainly I continue to gravitate towards in terms of just how they're built, how they're put together, and having some of those extra pieces to them. I'm not going to go through and describe all the cattle to you. I'll go out, I'll show you which 5 I like best. If you would, give all the heifer exhibitors today a nice round of applause.
The grand champion heifer was exhibited by Katie Fry, coming out of the Shorthorn division. We need Mallory Miners Reserve. Reserve grand champion came out of Sim Solution, exhibited by Ethan Ham. We need Brookley Oliver's heifer out of that division. Overall was the Angus heifer exhibited by Garrett Haven. We need Garrett Haven's reserve Angus heifer. Your fourth overall heifer and your champion Putnam County bred heifer comes out of the crossbred division, exhibited by Ethan Ham. We need Parker Hacker's reserve crossbred heifer. Your fifth overall is the Angus heifer shown by Garrett Haven. That is your reserve champion Putnam County born and bred heifer. Heifer exhibitors, you can clear the arena. We're going to go ahead and have the judge go out and take pictures with those 5 heifers, and then we'll get the steer drive started. While we're waiting on those, I'd like to read the sponsors off of those top 5 awards that we just gave out. The Grand Champion heifer was sponsored by the Steve Greason family. The Grand Champion Putnam County bred heifer was sponsored by Lane and Josie Hacker. Your Reserve Grand Champion heifer was sponsored by the Merkel family Shorehorns. Reserve Grand Champion Putnam County heifer was sponsored by Robert New, 5R Farms. Third overall was sponsored by Gary and Deanna Neese. Fourth overall was sponsored by Lots Show Cattle. And fifth overall was sponsored in the memory of Levada Boyette. All right, we've got those pictures taken and we've got the judge back in the ring. Congratulations again to all those heifer exhibitors. So if we've got acknowledgement that we're ready out there, we'll go ahead and get these steers rolling through here. Again, these first sets of steers that we come bringing through here are going to be your reserves and your Putnam County champions, and then we'll clear the ring and we'll bring in those champion steers. So first up, with the reserve and Putnam County Reserve Angus steer, exhibited by Brock Haven. Your reserve and Putnam County Reserve Peonia steer was shown by Will Busher. Your reserve Hereford steer was exhibited by Seth Thompson. Your Putnam County Reserve Maine Anjou steer was shown by Branson Hanley Enzer. Reserve Maine Anjou steer was shown by Alex Steffi. Reserve and Putnam County Reserve Simmental steer shown by Logan Tumal. Reserve and Putnam County Reserve Crossbred steer was exhibited by Riley Castile. The next set of steers are the steers that will be competing for Grand Champion steer. Actually, Grand Champion market animal, as we do have a market heifer in this division. With your champion mini Hereford steer, Allison Baston. Champion and Putnam County champion Angus steer, Frederick Mann. The champion Charlet steer was shown by Colby Harcourt. Our champion and Putnam County champion Keenia steer was shown by Brock Haven. Your champion Hereford steer was shown by Jaden Simpson. The champion and Putnam County champion limousine steer was exhibited by Alex Steffi. Your champion and Putnam County champion Maine Anjou steer was shown by Clay Pennington. The champion red pole steer was shown by Ashley Miller. Our champion and Putnam County champion Shorehorn steer was shown by Mallory Miner. Your champion and Putnam County champion Shorehorn Plus steer was shown by Parker Hacker. Your champion and Putnam County champion Simmental steer was shown by Ethan Harcourt. The champion and Putnam County champion Crossbred steer was shown by Garrett Haven. And our champion and Putnam County champion Market Heifer was exhibited by Emily Mann. Helping us tonight hand out banners, and they actually helped us all day long, is our Putnam County Queen, Miss Nicole Nugent, and her court, first runner-up, AJ Hornback, second runner-up, Taylor Goss, and our Miss Congeniality this year was Miss Hannah York. Earlier in the day, we were assisted also by our Indiana Heifer Queen, Grace Fry. So give those ladies a round of applause. Just a reminder for you steer exhibitors, we will be taking entries into the auction for 30 minutes following the grand drive. So if you have not signed up your steer for the auction yet, please come see us as soon as this steer drive is over. You'll need yourself and a parent or guardian and the information on the calf that you'll be selling. So you need to get that done as soon as we are done with this grand drive. Also remind you we have a ballot box, a nomination box up here, and cards to nominate next year's beef farm superintendent. So if you have someone or you yourself would like to be considered for that position, please come up here and fill out one of those cards and drop it in the box. Before we all get out of here tonight, and before these steers are selected, I'd like to take an opportunity to thank and appreciate all of the folks that have helped us all the way back. If you started with weighing and tagging in those steers in February through our June and summer show, or whether it was the guys bringing their skid loaders to help spread mulch, and anyone that's helped us throughout this week, including ring help and the folks that help check cattle in. Help me appreciate those folks for helping the program out.
Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah. That one is amazing. Yeah, right. Because this is getting long, isn't it? That's when I see it coming out of the ballpark. It still is.
A nice lineup of steers out here, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. But I guess just a couple housekeeping items before we finish things up for this evening. And you know, those of you in the audience, I can't express enough how cool it is to see such a packed house out here. And I think that's really unique, not only for someone in my position right now to look out and see that, but just imagine what these kids are going through right now, to be able to emotion showing an animal and preparing that one at home day in and day out by themselves, and then bringing that out in front of a crowd and showing off what they've done throughout a summer's work. If you would, go ahead and give all of them, even the ones back in the back, a round of applause. It takes a lot of work to put a steer show, a heifer show, a cattle show on in general. It doesn't matter what species for that matter. If you've been to the other ones this week or the one that's going to happen tomorrow night as well, it takes quite a bit to put it on, not only from the exhibitor standpoint, but then also the ones that are behind the scenes doing a lot. And I can't thank enough Josie and Doug and their entire family for having me out here in the Putnam County Fair, and all of you all to have me out here as well. If you would, give all those people in the background a nice round of applause. I think it's a really well-oiled machine out here, that everything's gone pretty smoothly today, and I tell you, more so than anything, and I guess you remember kind of how people treat you and how people act towards you, and man, I tell you what, just a class act since I've come in, and the hotel last night, just the community around. I spent a greater portion of the afternoon in downtown, and I thought it was a really nice downtown, and the people, I enjoy being around just good people, and I certainly think that that's here within Putnam County. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy going to shows. I enjoy sorting shows. And one thing I always say to everybody after I get kind of to my concluding thoughts is that I never ask you to see everything eye to eye with me. In fact, I think that's what makes this thing a lot of fun, is that you have your opinion and I have mine. I just hope at the end of the day that you view me as someone that's treated your kids fairly, giving them a fair shake, and you can follow along with what I have to say. And that's just kind of the things that I ask at the end of the day, and I hope that you feel that way. As far as the cattle out here, I think there's some good cattle. I think the numbers are a little bit smaller on the steer side, and so from time to time there are some challenging decisions that had to be made. I still think that there's cattle that surface up, and I'll echo my thoughts from the Heifer show. I think they've got to have the fundamental type stuff down first, and for a market animal show, that means that they have to be muscular, and that means that they've got to have finish as well. I think they've got to be adequate in both of those areas. I don't think it's a carcass show out here, folks. We can go to the rail and we can have a carcass show later, but right now it's a steer show. And so with that in mind, they've got to have the fundamentals, but then they also have to take it up a notch in terms of their look, balance, and presence, and how they're presented out here. I think there's some cattle that do that. I'll go out, I'll show you which five that I like best. One last time, if you would, give all the exhibitors today a nice round of applause.
Champion steer goes to Ethan Harcourt with his Simmental. We need Logan Tumall with your reserve champion Simmental steer. That Grand Champion steer banner was sponsored by Keith and Mona Smith. That steer is also our Grand Champion Putnam County born steer, and that banner was sponsored by Robert New and 5R Farms. The reserve Grand Champion steer goes to Clay Pennington with the Maine Anjou steer. That is also your reserve Grand Champion Putnam County steer. We now need Alex Steffi with your Maine Anjou reserve steer. Your reserve Grand Champion banner was sponsored by West Central Veterinary Services. The reserve Grand Champion Putnam County was sponsored by Philip and Janice Fry. Third overall was your Charolais steer, was Colby Harcourt. That was the only steer in that division. That banner was sponsored by the Steffi family. Fourth overall goes to Garrett Heifer with his crossbred. We need Riley Castillo with your reserve crossbred. That fourth overall banner was sponsored by Chris Harcourt, Remax Cornerstone. Fifth overall goes to Frederick Mann with the Angus steer. That banner sponsored by Max Picklin family. Again, appreciate all the help. Appreciate our judge, Zach, for coming out and helping us. We got pictures out back for these top 5 steers, and we will see you next year. One more note, come out on Thursday night and support our senior showman in the round robin. Katie Fry will be competing for our barn.
Are they going to sell them here?